Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another exciting episode of Super Desperation Radio. Hello, welcome to another exciting episode of Super Desperation Radio. Never mind. Echoes everywhere. Brilliant. We're just going to go straight in. Anyway, once again, welcome to another episode of Super Desperation Radio. I am your host, Hell Pockets, joined by my boys, Lord Walkman, a.k.a. The One Man Orgy, and Super FX.
Wait, that sounds so depressing. I got a left hand and a right hand. Holy shit!
And we've got two special guests today, Lord Knight BB and AKA GGXX Aaron Harris. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you.
Hello.
Am I the only one that gets an introduction? We didn't even get introduced.
Lord Knight doesn't get a name.
I know we practiced saying my last name for about 10 minutes, but it's okay. I know it's really hard, so it's fine.
Man, you're fucking...
Chris has a hard time with his thing.
Chris can't read. It's okay.
Yeah, it's not even, I blew my whole load on that nickname for Lord Walkman, so it's over. You guys should be glad I got that out clean.
I like how I did have Steve pronounce his last name just so that we would not say it.
Yeah, can we just say my name and not his name?
Yeah,
That's great.
exactly.
He's like, oh man, he's got an easy name. I'm going to use that. You know,
Aaron
couldn't just go Aaron and
Harris.
Steve. You couldn't just go Aaron and Steve. Like omit last names completely.
Yeah, exactly.
No. Like I got the full treatment. He got nothing.
He has no name.
Oh, man.
That's awful. Man.
Another amazing beginning from Chris, aka Hellpocket.
Told you should have stayed home, Chris.
Sorry, everybody. I have a cold today, so I'm not going to be 100%. Not that it really matters.
Please
But,
mute yourself so we don't have to hear any disgusting noises.
Okay, well, let's try this again. Lord Knight, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? Start with your name.
Hello. My name is Steve Bartholomew. I mash a lot of buttons, and I play the character you hate always.
That's accurate. You do. Lychee?
Yeah.
I mean, really? Mitsuru? Come on.
They're
They're
really cool though.
They're top.
That too.
I respect.
That's a quick one sentence summary of.
It didn't have to be
me.
one sentence.
It didn't?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to keep you here all night.
You clearly haven't watched this show before.
Chris just that's already.
All right, Aaron Harris, you're up next.
Oh boy. I play anime games and I only do overheads.
That's great.
That's the end.
That's how you're gonna win, though.
Yeah. And then people complain and I keep doing them. That's my story.
And although Hell Pockets didn't announce it, Sanchez and myself, Super FX, are here as well.
Yeah, we're the two-man orgy.
Wow.
Oh yeah, we forgot Kelly.
Well, bye.
Oh,
Have a great night.
God damn it, Chris, you fucked us all. This is so far the worst start, and we've had some pretty bad ones this last couple of weeks.
I've
Can
never
we send-
heard such horrible language used on my radio program.
Chris, just go home, dude. Just pack it up, dude. You're done.
I've already done my job. You guys take it away.
all right.
All right,
Shut it down.
we are going to be talking mostly about BlazBlue tonight, obviously, because we have these two gentlemen here with us. But is there anything anybody wanted to talk about before we go into that stuff that happened over the weekend?
Well, we got a few things.
I missed my flight to Youmacon. I'm really sad.
Yo, what happened with that anyway?
I'm so sad. I'm so sad. My train, I decided like an idiot to take a plane from LaGuardia Airport in Queens. I left work an hour early. I planned to take a train that was an express train. It should have taken me 45 minutes to get to Penn Station. It took me 87 minutes to get to Penn Station. And they called me and they were like, "Where are you?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm 2 minutes away from the airport," and they hung up.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yep. And that was that. I was like, "Can I rebook? Can I try to go in the morning?" They're like, $900, 21-hour flight.
Damn.
And I just laughed and left. Like I couldn't even be mad.
That's pretty fucked.
Like whatever, whatever.
It was like, yo,
And
get
that's
fucked.
the news.
Peace. That's
That's the news.
I wanted to mention something about said list. You know.
oh
talk a
God,
little bit
already.
about The
you have a list?
yeah, you know the event hub list with you know where everything's made up and the points don't matter. It's like,
The event.
what is the criteria for any of this? Like, I don't even understand. That being said, please stop going to event hubs, people.
Yeah, why would you go there
I'm
anyway?
going-
It's like
I don't know if I reflect everyone else on this or anything, but as me personally,
Oh, wait, really? Event Hubs is bad? Dude, I just paid your subscription fee. Oh, God.
you paid the
No.
$20 to not be able to, you know, you don't get anything bonus. You don't get
They
ads.
said I'd be on their top 20 subscribers list.
Wait, they have one
What
of
I want
those?
to know is how the fuck is Clockwork lower than Shady K? Like, I know this is a bullshit list, but what is the logic behind that shit? Like, what's going on here?
Listen, these guys are experts.
That's true.
I was like,
Who are you to question them?
They are accredited by top bullshit artists around
Okay,
the
so
globe.
here, as a quick review, because I figured out how to just frame the page to stop it from loading that stupid Akuma thing.
Nice.
Number 30 is a Mr. J. Snyder, aka Viscount, aka Croissant. Number 30. Now let's look at his criteria here. He is first place at Evo 2011, and then another bunch of other, pretty decent showings, right? He's a strong player. Now let's look at who's number 29. Abigail.
Okay.
Okay, he's got a couple
hate.
placings and overseas and things like that. That's fine. Nothing. Probably did really shitty at Evo. I don't remember. Let's see who's above him. Unknown.
My
Huh.
man. Shout out to
Huh.
Unknown.
with a
I mean, nothing against
6.98.
unknown or anything,
Here's the
but-
thing:
Yeah.
they have numbered scores 6.98. Like, what the
Yeah,
fuck is that?
I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking, okay, you can make a list of people in order and be like, this is what we think, who's like 50th best in the country or whatever, and have their placings and stuff. What's the formula?
Yeah, like, I want to see the
Tell me the
algorithm
formula.
that gives unknown 6.98.
So wait, they're actually placed according to point value or something?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's the crazy part.
Okay, I haven't even looked at this. Sorry, I didn't even know. But yeah, that's pretty fucked up.
All right, so okay,
formula.
I've been saving this for the show. I contacted Mr. Hubs himself for the formula, and he says it is done with 100% math and science. There is nothing illegitimate about it.
It says 100% math and science at the same time is automatically bullshit.
It's 100% math and 100% science.
Yes, it is 200% those things.
Did you
Get
ask
my,
him for
get
the
my daily
formula?
value of math and science.
Dude, I think the formula is like it's like the KFC recipe. It's been so long in his
Secret, it's
family that he
locked.
just it's locked away. He can't share it.
This guy sounds like the Willy Wonka of event hubs. I'm just saying.
Wait, you're telling me that Event Hub used 11 herbs and spices to make
That's actually a funny thing. So when you get to later on in the list, number 11 is herbs and spices. Like it's gonna surprise everybody. He's ranked really high.
Holy shit. Okay. Well,
Yeah. I mean, like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's all jokes and shit, but, like, apparently, like, I don't know if this is supposed to be a serious thing or just, like, some fucking, like, wank material for people to, like, think, hey, I'm better than this other guy, even though I never played him before, but somebody thinks I'm
It's
worth more than him.
obvious clickbait.
yeah.
Like, it's
Yeah.
ridiculous. It's OD clickbait. Like, what?
Yeah,
I
you
can make
guys are
something
just
like that
buying-
right now. I could post on Twitter right now a list of my top 50 Marvel vs. Capcom 3 players, but I would go to the ranking boards online and list it from there, from top to bottom.
And
I
then you
think that
put
would
like
be much
Abigail
more
in the
accurate.
middle.
It didn't charge people a premium to
Just
look
right
at
in the
it.
middle.
I swear to God, I better be in top 5 because I've bodied everybody on this list.
Yeah, just go to top. Here's just an example. Number 1 is obviously Boner Dad 420. He's real strong player.
Sniper Blunt 69 coming into the strong second.
This guy
Number one
definitely
is-
has at least 9 X's in his name.
I think number 1 is 420 XX YOLO MLG No Scope Overhead
Me?
Sentinel.
Ellie's ranked as third.
Oh, man, I think the best I ever saw was Lil Sniper Dad 420. That was good.
That's great.
But yeah, I mean, as Hanzo Gonzo pointed out, this is so far the only list of ranking Marvel players that exists. That's
Well, no,
the best part.
the way he said it was, it's literally the only accurate list of ranking Marvel players, and I'm like, it's the only fucking list.
It's the only list.
Because
Tell me I'm lying.
nobody else is reaching that hard for your wallet. Not yet. Coming soon to I Play Winner, top five Marvel.
Top five.
Top five.
Here's what we'll do. We'll have a subscription, but it doesn't take away ads or anything. What it's going to do is that for each 5 cents you pay, you get to vote on who you think the best players are, and we can see top 5.
Oh.
We'll give click statistics and give us money.
Just,
Give us money, please.
Need it. We'll do good things with it, please. The interesting thing about this is that it does create the sort of discussion that you want, where it's like, yo, why the fuck is fake Wentenol above me? Because that was the thing on the list. They got Wentenol's name wrong. It's like, oh, it's Tim Wen. That's Wentenol, and it's listed here as Wen Wu, and his picture's Dormammu. Huh, I don't remember him looking like Dormammu at all. Just see Wentenol the next day at UCI and just be like, dude, Tim, was your head on fire? Like, it wasn't that picture over there. But you get like this good discussion of like, hey man, there's no way, X player is better than Marn or whoever the fuck was 50th. And you got people like trying to getting at each other's throats about trying to play. But when you get these assigned power level numbers, you have no idea were figured. I mean, I'm sorry, we know exactly how they were figured out with math and science, but we don't know what the formula is. You kind of create me, you just make people upset.
Yeah, I challenge people out there in the community to make their own top 50 lists. So I can make a top 50 list of the top 50 lists that were created. So I could show, this top 50 list is way better than this one.
What are you,
I have
cracked
an
though?
idea. It's like you take the voting system from those stupid game facts contests. We're like, who would win in a fight, Mario or Solid Snake? You take stuff like that, and you invent some stupid new fighting game that doesn't even exist, right? And you take a list of all the top players from every game, and you just draw names out of a hat and throw it up there, and then you're like, today we got Justin Wong versus I don't know,
Cloud
Dick
Master
Serlin
157.
or something. Yeah, do that, but for a game no one's ever heard of. And we're talking like a brand new game, and you have to hype it up like it's something,
So
every week they won at this tournament, for like Anime Killer Instinct or something stupid.
Marvel versus Capcom or Parking Lot Edition.
Yeah.
I heard
it
that
has to
almost
sound
happened.
real. Yeah, it has to sound real, and then you just get people online arguing who would win, who their heroes are. And then that's when you find out who really is the people's champion.
Really what Salty Bets is kind of doing right now?
Oh, is it?
Kind of.
No.
They're just running Mugen.
Whoops.
You mean they're going to start having Mugen players? Like, they're going to have, like, AI programmed after, like, Marvel players playing each other in Mugen.
I don't know why nobody else has come up with this idea yet. Just and just name them some different Marvel players' names. So, like, SSJ4 Goku is actually Chris G.
Like, all we need is, to just, if that were to happen, we all know who would win. Balanced Master Sterling himself would be
Chess 2?
Yeah, Chess 2. I mean,
Chess 2.
have you even tried Chess 2 out there, people? I mean, come on.
Chess 2 just opened a whole new door for everything. like Chess 2 blew my mind. I'm like, how could you take that's like, I don't know, that's like jousting 2. Like, you can't just do that. You can't just take something so classic and be like 2.0. Like, we patched it.
You say that, I'm already the champion at jousting too.
You remember the game Joust? Well, now it's upside down.
Oh shit!
We added a
Money
new
making at
unit.
jousting too.
Like, what if Battleship 2 came out? Like, what? Like, come on.
And you had,
What's the way
like,
to own at it? I can tell you that.
you had, like, submarine missiles and stuff to, like...
Where you have to, like, guess...
Table.
It's like a 3-dimensional grid where you got to guess how far the depth charge is supposed to go to hit the subs. We're going to be here all night, guys.
I got my...
Comeback mechanic is nukes.
Ow!
I have my lightning bolt shaped, battleship that you have to like go in this crazy S shape to kill it.
I never thought of that. That's fucking
Can you imagine
genius.
that? People like you could sit there like across the table, like just staring at somebody, just looking at their face. You're like, no, 6, E6. They're like, shit,
I mean, no.
Just people staring at each other. It's like the ultimate poker face competition.
Like, what is chess too? Like, did Sterling just look at like a chessboard and be like, "White is too good, so let's give black super meter." Or just like, what? Like, what do you do? What do you
I need
do?
to be
Like,
able. I need to be able to have my king have a burst. So just in case he's in a check situation.
Is that I decided that all the chess moves were too hard, so I dumbed down the motions for everybody. And now all pawns absorb fireballs when they move forward. Go.
What do you give the perfect piece? A fake 8 directional movement. The queen just can pretend to move across the board.
Yeah, it's like it goes almost the whole field, and then at the very end of it, it turns into a knight and like goes over and takes another piece.
Damn. New piece.
Oh.
Spy.
Yeah, the spy. That's what it is. Or the wizard. The wizard piece.
Okay. Well,
Chess 2.1. The wizard was too powerful. We nerfed the wizard.
Wizard, brand new piece.
please.
Here comes a new challenger. There's new pieces.
Yeah.
Like sorcerer. Sorcerer is never on the board, but you can bring him on whenever you want.
Oh shit.
Like what?
That's fucking.
The point is you can't do this. The point is you can't do this. You really can't.
All right, so while we were talking, I downloaded another free edition of the Chess 2 rulebook.
God damn it.
I don't even want to go there. I don't even want to go there. That is terrible. This weekend, God's Garden happened. Boom. Topic change.
Damn.
God's Garden 8 happened.
Did anybody watch it?
It was just,
Yeah, I was about to say.
I watched the grand finals like really hungover and it was great. And then Yume won. I said fuck everyone. Fuck everyone.
I didn't watch it.
It was
But I'm
pretty
a
good.
caveman. Fios. Is that how you could say it? No. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not internet savvy, as they say. I can't get the Scott work right.
It's hard to be internet savvy when you live in the middle of a cornfield in Missouri.
Yep. Sorry.
It was a good segue to Persona 4 Suplex. I don't even know the whole name. The name is really ridiculous.
Persona 4
Ultimax.
Ultimax. The
Ultimate suplex hold.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a good segue to that. I'll call it that. P4 that.
Before
Like
that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
Yep, that's a game.
It is. When is it actually? Is it actually out officially now, or are they still?
It's coming out. It's coming out in December. In December for
Yeah,
arcades.
that's what I had heard too. So I wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll get it like
Next,
summer
I think after
2015?
Evo next year. Unless, well, Arxis kind of is weird. Like Persona, we got really quick. We got Persona in 3 months.
Yeah.
Blaze Blue Extend, we got in like 2 months. Continuum Shift 2, we got at the same time. Continuum Shift, I think, was almost like a week apart.
Mhm.
But ChronoFantastico was like, I'm going to say it's going to be 6 months. It's going to be like a really long wait. So I don't know.
And Plus R took them like a year and a half.
Yeah, Prosar took them
Technically, it's
forever.
still not out. On
Yeah,
the
I wouldn't even
PS2.
say it's been officially out yet.
We have half a Plus R release.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's dead before it even got started, man.
Yeah, that's pretty true. So.
And then you don't even have to talk about EU. Like, rip.
Oh man, they still waiting
Those
for
guys,
CT.
did those guys finally get Persona?
I think they just got extend.
Did they finally? Oh, they finally got something past CT. Then 'cause I remember for a while, those guys were like,
I feel so bad for those guys.
I think
dude,
I
just
think
mad for like a
Accent
decade.
Accent Core on Wii. Accent Core on the Wii just came out over there. So.
Cold-blooded.
It's got Bagel.
Oh my god.
Oh shit. All right. So the topic at hand. How are you guys enjoying CP so far?
I don't know about CP. I like Blaze Blue.
Yeah, I really wish that wasn't the name. Like,
Yeah.
they couldn't have had anything else.
it's too hard to say ChronoFantasma 8 million times in one show.
Well,
say
you're gonna
BBC.
have to, for my benefit.
Could we just call it the Chronic?
Crack pipe.
Yo,
I was
man.
waiting for what was that guy's name? The guy who waits for the pedophile, who's like, why don't you have a seat? Like,
Oh,
when you
Chris
ask that,
Hansen?
Man,
Chris
Chris
Hansen.
Hansen. I think
Oh,
is his name.
CH. Blaze Blue CH.
No, I like it. I like it so far, but I mean, I had a reputation in the past, I guess, for hating on Blaze Blue a lot, and yeah, I've actually really liked the game ever since CS2. So, I like this one. It's certainly doesn't feel as slow as Extend. 2 frames of hit stop is, it changed a lot. Just taking 2 frames off the hit stop of everything is like, wow, this game feels so much faster, even though it really isn't that much faster than it was before.
it's like fake speed, but it's good at the same time. Like it changed a lot of the gravity and stuff of the characters too to make the whole game look faster. So that's nice.
Yeah.
And then they brought back the
Was it shorter?
CT system. Yeah, they brought back the CT time-based system.
It's
So-
reached a good medium in this game, I think, but
Yep.
it still kind of punishes characters with animations that are really long.
But
Yeah.
everyone has like different time set, kind of like Lychee's combos are still kind of long, right? Even with the time limit set. So I think it's fine. Like if you have like short combos, your combo's gonna be 2 seconds. If you get a really good starter, you're gonna be slapping them around. Like it's fine. I think.
Yeah, I just don't want to get hit by, like, somebody mashing out duck jabs and like you hit duck jab. Oh, I'm gonna do a 35 hit combo. It does like 3K. You want to make a
Yeah,
sandwich?
CS1.
It's gonna take a minute. Yeah, and it doesn't happen in this game. It's just all like, all right, hurry up. They're like, get it over with. Here's your little bit of damage you got off of 2 jabs. Now move on with it. It feels the pacing is better. So yeah, I enjoy that part of it.
Yep.
Quite a bit.
The balancing's good. If you have extra money, please buy the Makoto system voice because I've never heard anything better than that in my life.
Oh, seriously?
It's so good. Like it's not just like a character's voice saying the characters' names. She goes, Lychee, and then Takaka or Makoto Nanya. That's me. Like it's great.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Time of my life. Ultimate time of my life. I just bought it. I'm like telling everyone to buy it.
I'll probably stick with the regular voice because I don't care about that.
because I'm not paying extra money for voices.
Yeah,
That's just a lot of money too, man. It ain't like
Are you
just a
kidding
little
me?
dollar
Have you
here
seen
and
my
there.
Twitter? Have you seen my Twitter feed? I'm all like, yo, who's got a game share? Can I get a share? Hey guys, you got this? Hey man, hook me up. Yo, I'll get you back later. It's cool. Come on, man.
Just come. Just the
everywhere.
anime homeless guy coming up like, look, man, let me just hold some fries and a copy of CP and just I'll get you back next week. I'm good for it, dude.
No joke, man. They're like, oh, hey man, you got Terumi? Oh, that's cool. Can I get a share? Sweet. Or
You don't need to share for Jeremy. He's free. You got 3 more days. Hurry up. He's free.
Yeah, you have until the 6th.
I'm so cheap. We even grinded like training mode out, not training mode, story mode to get Kagura. So
Damn.
That.
yeah, and
Yeah.
ultimately go. I don't like this character. So it was like the ultimate ways.
Feel like
I
it
need
now
him,
all
though.
the time. Is
You need him
Yeah.
though. He's so popular. Like he's way too popular, and he's annoying. Like not like his playstyle, like his character, his personality is annoying too.
He's
I wanna-
oh my god.
Yeah.
He's so cool. He's
Like, shut up.
he's
dude.
come
You're
on.
like-
He's Guile. He's Blaze Blue Guile.
Oh.
He throws women into the stratosphere and like
That's like
you know
the only thing
What the
about.
fuck are you talking
I
about?
thought that.
Oh yeah, you didn't know about that? Like,
I thought that was funny.
like the intro. He throws a girl into the air, and
The
if
fuck?
he wins, he catches her,
yeah.
and if he loses, she falls
he's
on him.
gone. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow. What the hell?
yeah. I just
Speaking
like,
of which,
I don't
did you guys see
think he's-
the did you see the glitch with him now between the
Oh, the bike glitch.
yeah that's
The
so,
bike glitch.
I haven't seen that.
if you
Oh,
haven't
it's-
seen it essentially it is that like if Relius or Carl does like you know like one of the supers to make the God, I don't even know what they're called, the puppets like
The dolls.
you know yeah make
Oh,
them
that's
go
right.
round,
like
you can
Parasol.
overdrive and then do his bike super, and when it crashes into him I don't know exactly what caused it, but it looks like it hits them so fast that they die, but they can't deactivate, so it's just infinite. It's just 100%.
Oh, the way it works
There's
is that
more than one. There's more than one of that.
Oh,
glitch, too.
really?
Like Amane has that glitch too, but with the spike, it keeps growing until it like fills the screen and it's still killing them. Like it's great. It's really, really great.
That's awesome.
It's really hard to set up. But it's hilarious.
Oh my god.
You see, Tony, the way it works is that in CP, unlike Guilty Gear, when you hit something that's not the point character, the active hit frames remain in the game, trying to hit the other one. So if they run into him, you can hit both. See, that's not as fun as just fucking some dude getting run the fuck over.
Just peeling out on someone's face.
That's annoying.
And also, net play is good. I don't care. Net play is good. The lobby is so like cute. The lobby is great.
So there's just something I've been wondering because I haven't played since CS, but I always hear every time a new version comes out, people always say that the net play gets a little bit worse from what, or at least it's like how people feel like. Because honestly, when I played CT, that was great connection stuff that I had.
I'll agree.
Yeah, but how does it feel in the new game so far?
You might get mixed up because if you go into the lobby and try to play random people, you'll play some person, you'll be like, man, this game's laggy, like what is going on? But when you check their connection, because you can check it, they have like a 0 bar with you, and then you go, oh, well, that explains a lot. So you have to, if you go into the open lobby, so it's 64 people in one open lobby that looks like a big arcade, then you need to make sure, and this is actually really cool too, like whoever you're standing closest to, it shows you their connection first in like a big list of everyone in the lobby. So you walk up to someone, check the connection real quick. If it's okay, then you play them. And I think it's overall pretty good. You press square.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I honestly may not be the best person to talk to about netplay because I go from like being pretty good to like Raditz level of awfulness. Okay, when I play online, like it's not even a joke, man. Like I can't block switch reliably. I can't instant block. I get like just everywhere. You know,
Yeah,
basic
hard
little
things kinda suck.
things.
Yeah.
Basic small like combos or whatever. Like I don't actually get mad if I drop a combo. I'm like, oh, I just wasn't like didn't take the little bit of lag into account and like adjust my timing based on that. And that's something you can account for because it's all muscle memory and you're in control at that time. You're actually hitting them. But in situations where you have to defend or even just basic movement, that can you can really get screwed.
Yeah.
It's that's the type of stuff that really bugs me. Like that I just completely fall apart if I can't do those basic things. And I never can. So I'm free online. That's basically what I'm saying.
But you are on 2 soup cans tied together by string in the Midwest.
I am on 2 soup.
And Steve's on FiOS, so that definitely is a big difference.
It is a big difference. Which is why I kind of said, I said I was a little bit jealous of the fact that you guys get the big boy internet and I'm still down here with the training wheels. But if I had the connection like that, it would be great. I still intend to play online because I don't really have a whole lot to go on to play really strong people. I want to play people now that can beat me.
Yeah.
At anything. I sat down at Evo and played in the BOIOC area for Guilty Gear and didn't lose a game for 3 hours. Okay?
That's a good feel though.
Yeah, it is, but I met a dude in it was some May player from NorCal. I don't know. He was really quiet and he wore glasses, but
Fred.
Yeah, it's probably Faith on age.
Was it him?
I think so.
Was he tall?
Because he was.
Yeah, it's Fred.
Okay, cool. Yeah, he was the only person that I played the whole weekend that could beat me, at all.
You didn't play the Japanese?
We had close games. Huh?
You didn't play the Japanese?
Oh wait, no, I did play the Japanese. In the tournament, I only lost to Japanese players. I was actually really upset that I lost to Tomo. You can ask Paul about that. But I just don't know how to fight Faust at all. I don't get enough matchup experience against a good one to really figure it out. And the way his mechanics work, it's also reactionary. That if you don't play against it a lot all the time, you're really not going to be prepared. Basically, So the only real Faust competition I got was from Elven Shadow, and he's strong, but I played against Tomo, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know what to do. I just, you can watch the video online. I just run into shit and die, and I don't feel horrible because I see like bad Japanese players in like HO and stuff like that do the same thing. They're just like, I think this is gonna happen, and then just run into stuff and die, and then Faust wins in like 20 seconds, right? So I think that's just part of the nature of the matchup, I guess, but it's still frustrating to lose to that. That's not the point. The point I'm making is that I want to play people that can beat me, and BlazBlue provides that environment. So I'm going to continue to play online and probably still get really mad whenever I can't instant block stuff, but I'm not going to wuss out and quit.
Yeah.
Just because.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
So you're like me with SF4. I'm trying to not give up. It's weird. It's weird to like lose. Like it's really weird to lose. But it's also a really good feeling to be like, man, I gotta like learn this and work on this and figure out how to beat this and like try to find.
Feeling.
It's nice.
Like you're. It's like, oh, you have all this stuff to do. You know, it's like starting at level 1 in a game. You're like, I'll improve quickly, but look at all this stuff I gotta do. This is cool. It's the sense of discovery and learning that is actually really fun about that. You know. Yeah.
I totally understand.
So, yeah, that's the best. So, I don't know. Net play is cool in BlazBlue. I like it.
That kind of brings up an interesting point. BlazBlue has sort of become known as the net play game, and having a net play community that doesn't leave their houses, basically.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think that's true, both of you, and do you think that ChronoFantastico could change that?
I
you go first, Steve.
Like yes and no. I think they're like, and I mean, maybe it's just a little more extreme because the community is smaller. But they're hubs, they're hotspots. So in the hotspots, you see people playing in person all the time, and then in areas where there's not many players, they just stay at home. There's no reason for them to go out because there's not a big group for them, or even a medium or a small group for them to play with. So, and especially because when CS1 came out, a ton of people were playing. When CS1 and CS2 came out, but when Extend came out, people were just like, why did they make another Continuum shift? And it kind of dropped off. I mean, there's definitely a net play community though, of like just online players. It was, I guess, in actually almost every version of the game, I would try to get access to another console to play the players on the other console because they had their own total scene.
Yeah,
and just like they're good players and stuff. I'd like try to play them and see how I do. So it's like yes and no. But like if there's a big tournament and if you go to the right tournament, like say NEC, like that's gonna have a big turnout, but it's also in a hotspot. It's also in a hotspot. Like the tri-state area is a hotspot for BlazBlue. But and like final round too. Final round gets a good turnout. But if you think about like a CEO, well actually CEO Persona was good, but last year probably BlazBlue must not have had much more than 32 entrants. You know, so, but it's not in a hot spot either. It's not really in a really big place. It's Florida.
Yeah. I feel like that the online scenes, I don't really want to say they will take away from say people who like are really dedicated and like I really love this game a lot, but there's hardly anyone around me who plays, and they're forced to travel and go to big events, right? I feel like people who really love the game and really want to get better will still do that anyway, and they'll use online to prepare themselves for that. And that the people that will use online as an actual replacement for going and traveling is a small minority. Okay, we're talking like maybe 10-15% of the actual player base that plays the game, period. Okay, so I actually don't think it's taking away much, if anything, from people going to big events. And it's not like anime games are the only games with net play, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you use the net play argument, you could say stuff like, well, Marvel and Street Fighter 4 are, you know, net play only games, but you still see thousands of people come out to those tournaments.
Oh yeah.
You know, so it's more than just the net play thing, but the small community, the small anime community, kind of like, I don't know, it's easier to want to blame fewer tournament entrants on just people like on Net Play Warriors and stuff like that, just because the anime scene is smaller in general. So every less person that's playing, or for every less person we got, we feel it more.
So you feel like it's just a scapegoat, basically.
Yeah, sort of. Like
that's actually good.
There's a very little amount of legitimacy to it, but it's not stuff that applies only to anime games. So yeah, I do think it's a scapegoat. I really do.
So coming from, obviously, you both played Persona. Aaron's played a lot of Guilty Gear. Steve, I don't know how much Guilty Gear you've played.
I dabbled in it.
Okay.
Actually, Guilty Gear was the very first fighting game I played.
Okay.
Yeah, buddy.
What do you guys think, if you're new to BlazBlue, what do you need to know about BlazBlue coming into this game?
Learn your combo off overhead right away.
Yep.
I'm so serious.
Yeah, you're not joking, man. That's so important.
And maybe number 2 would be figure. What's the best way to put this? If you play, because everyone knows Street Fighter, right? So we can use Street Fighter as a reference. So find Ryu, Ken, and Zangief, and learn how to beat them ASAP, and then you're on your way. So like Ragnar, Jin, and Tager, like you can't exist in BlazBlue without being able to beat those 3 characters at the start. You cannot exist. So there, learn a combo off your overhead, and then beat those 3 characters, and you're on your way.
I'd say one of the first things you should learn how to do is learn how throws work, and try to understand how the throw game actually works in BlazBlue. Because I hear people talk about this all the time, and it drives me crazy. Okay? I hear people talk about how they hate throw reject miss, period. Like, it shouldn't be in the game at all. And I'm like, oh, okay, so you mean throws would just be crap without it, essentially, right?
Yeah. That's true.
So, like, I know people in Persona who have really good reaction time will try to break a throw late after they react to hit stop. Granted, they can still be. They could get baited.
That could get baited. That could get real baited. That's not cute at all.
No, but like if you're doing it against somebody who's got really predictable offense, you don't have to even worry about like reacting to the throw. You can just do it. Like if they're not blowing you up, it's something you just don't even have to worry about doing. And throw reject miss doesn't exist in that game. It's a real minor thing, but like in Persona, but in BlazBlue, if you don't know how throw rejects work, then
you're not throwing people.
No.
I think it's the same. Like if you don't know how to work around the throw in current Arctis games, you're not throwing people. It's pretty simple. So like Persona, if you like Aaron was saying, if you're playing someone really good and you don't really know how to work around late throw teching, you're just done. Like you are not throwing them. So in BlazBlue, if you don't know how to work around the option select throw tech, then you're not throwing someone.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
You're straight up not throwing someone.
Yeah. And
sorry, I was gonna say explain option select throw tech for people who may not know.
Okay, so in BlazBlue, if you hit down, back, or back, and ABC, you'll get barrier. So the game prioritizes barrier over throw tech. So if you try to throw someone who does this, they'll tech the throw. And if you attack someone who does this, they will just block. So it sounds incredibly strong. And in CT, it was ridiculous. Like you used to just I used to really just tap it, tap, 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 just tap, tap, tap. It was really, 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 really hard to throw people in CT. But throw reject existed. But in CS and pretty much every other version from then on out, they greatly widened the throw reject window, not the throw window, the throw tech window. So the throw tech window is the same, but the throw reject window is something like some odd number, like 30, 40 frames or something. So if you hit option select throw tech, or just throw tech even, and someone throws you after you hit throw tech for X amount of frames, it's a guaranteed throw. Meaning making throws very, very honest. Like you have to throw tech throws correctly. And that's why when you're watching top play and maybe the stream monster's like, this guy can't tech throws, he's actually just being cautious and not mashing on throw tech because you really can't mash on throw tech.
Yeah. I would even venture so far to say that like, because okay, a lot of people consider throws like throw games, stuff like that. You know, you tick into a throw, right? So people expect an attack or some form of hit stop before the throw actually connects in a lot of cases. It doesn't matter how many cute little throw setups you can come up with, right? But if you're not willing to run up and just blatantly green throw somebody, you're never going to get them to actually like try to do the option select throw tech, because they're going to try to just go, oh, now a green throw is coming, okay, and they can try to late tech. And I'm not saying that they can do that every time. I'm just saying it's easier for them to do that. But if you run up and just like naked green grab, then it becomes impossible. Like there's no way they're going to do it, because then they're like, oh well, now he's running up to me and I was scared, but I'm reacting to the fact he ran up to me. So now I don't know what to do. I can't push a button. He might push a button on me, so I'm just going to option select, right? And then he does duck jab, chain grab, and then you get throw ejected, or you run into them slightly because you know they're not going to push a button, and then you just do a delayed green throw and a throw rejects them, okay? Yeah. Or, you know, I mean, you know all this. You know how all kinds of different ways you can mix someone up with that. But if you're not willing to use just naked run-up green grab, then there's a lot of people you won't be able to beat anyway. And I feel like that just a basic part of fighting game fundamentals is people feel like, especially learning players, they feel like they have to tick into a throw. They feel like they have to. But against an opponent who's reacting and steady and like actually respecting what you're doing, and you still struggling to open them up, you should have the confidence to just walk up and throw them. You see people do it in SF4 all the time. You see it in ST. You see it in Vampire. You see it in Guilty Gear. You see it in like every game. But weaker players tend to always tick into their throws, which makes anticipating them a lot easier. And people will actually confuse that with top level play. And then they'll say stuff like, oh, this guy just sucks at teching grabs, when in the reality is they have no idea how the throw game works at all for them to say something like that. So, yeah, that's the first thing I would say is learn how the throw game works.
Okay. And what do you guys think of Overdrive as a system mechanic? I know that the first week, the run back here in SoCal held a tournament. Whoever was doing the commentary, and I missed it, I just heard, were basically likening it to X Factor and saying that it was really stupid. And I just kind of wanted both of your thoughts on Overdrive and how it affects the game.
No. No. It's interesting. They could have done more with it, to be honest. 'Cause like I did a stream the other week about just like really basic, like new to BlazBlue. Here's a really quick overview of all the characters. And while I was doing this, I realized I didn't know more than half the cast Overdrives, because at high level play, only 3 or 4 really matter, like really affect the game.
Yeah.
Outside of that, Overdrive is good for stopping the clock, extending combos for some characters, and occasionally quickly regenerating their character-specific gauge, like Valkenhein's Wolf Meter, like something like that.
Yeah.
It's fine. I mean, it's fine. Outside of the couple of really good ones that can change games, like Hakumen's or Lychee's, like I think it's totally fine. People just liken it to X Factor because the screen turns black.
And it's based on like how much health you've got left, so they
yeah. You don't regenerate health or anything. Like the good ones are, to be fair, really really good. Like really really good. But the rest of them are just like they're not a big deal for the most part. Like,
I think I definitely remember saying something like a Hakumen was getting beat up and then got an air throw and overdrived and then was able to bring it back.
Like if someone was watching BlazBlue,
that's not the weirdest thing I've ever seen though. So
if someone was watching BlazBlue and they wanted to know, like, I don't really know what's going on, what's going to be exciting, I'd say wait for Hakumen to air throw somebody. That's what you pay attention. That's what
Yeah, you're not wrong about that.
But I mean, Hakumen has always, gratuitous amounts of damage in any situation.
Yeah.
No, his overdrive is literally OD. Like
yeah,
his overdrive
percent combo.
His overdrive, like here's a good scenario, right? So round starts, and you felt in your heart you should stick out like a jab, like a standing jab, and Hakumen does like his 3C. It's like a sweep. So he does 3C overdrive, cancel on overdrive. So the screen turns black, so he has all day. Like maybe he can turn around, look at the crowd, and then look back at the screen and hit confirm it. And while the screen turns black, this is the start of the round, right? He automatically gains 2 stocks. So he automatically gets a meter to just combo. Like right away, right off this random hit from the start of the round, and he just goes into overdrive, and it's like 6K, and you're in the corner now. And you're like, well, all right, that's a good way to start. Now I'm in the corner. I lost like more than half my life, and he's just on me. Like, great. Like, all right, good, great. This is what I signed up for.
Yeah.
But other characters can't do that to you. Even Lychee's, like Lychee's overdrive, like Hakumen's is really offensive. Like he can just kill you when he does it. When you see that black screen, that means you're dying. But Lychee's like when the screen turns black against Lychee, you're like you also think, oh man, I'm gonna get hit if she does it in pressure. But if you knock her down and you see the screen turn black, you're like, oh man, I'm sorry for attacking you. Like I didn't mean it. You feel really bad. That's her overdrive. Like she can control her stick on reversal overdrive and move it around. So if you try to like you knock him down, you're like, haha, I'm gonna hit this guy with overhead on wake up. She goes, why are you even trying to mix me up? Boom, overdrive, and then you're like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. And then she combos you.
Yeah.
So those are the 2 extreme ones. The others are not like. Others are more like, oh, I can take a random hit and convert it into high damage, or oh, you can't burst, or there's 1 second left that I really want to 720 him, but besides, I don't really know everyone's overdrives. Besides those 2, they're so important. They're like that game changing. Jin's too. Jin's a game changer too, but it's just combo fodder.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think overdrive is I agree with Steve. It's fine. I actually think the design is really good, because it forces you to choose strategically between a burst and your like really broken combo mechanic or whatever. So it's not like you get to use this thing for free. And for some characters, like especially if their overdrive is like bad, then sometimes a burst is better, especially if you're like fighting another character, fighting a character that, will just beat you up off of one mistake, but you might have the opportunity to burst before they activate their overdrive or like kill you or whatever. That might be more advantageous for you to use that. The other thing is that I'm kind of bitter about overdrives because basically everyone got Blood Cane. Which is Ragna's. Everybody got Blood Cane, which for people who don't know, Blood Cane is a move that is invulnerable on frame 1, and it's got like 20 frames of invincibility or something like that, and it's like only vulnerable on the very last active, like the very frame at the very end. So it's like trying to punish a 1-frame backdash or a backdash with 1 frame of recovery. So, and he got sick, kind of like Gene Gen, right? Like custom combos. And Extend, it was like really dumb. They kept trying to nerf it and everything. So there's like, you know what? Screw it. We're just going to give this to everyone. Everyone now has Blood Cane. So you can do stuff like reversal overdrive activation and punish whiffs with something awful. And, Hakumen can do that. Hakumen can just kill you, if he's like, I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to reversal overdrive, and if I see a whiff, I'm just gonna go to town and just win, for no effort. Just gonna do it, Other characters are like, oh, I wish I could do that, but I could just like maybe do some damage or like almost kill you, but you will always kill me.
You will always kill me,
dude. It's no joke. Like you were talking about how at the beginning of the round he can like hit 3C and do 6K to you. Well, if you land like one combo on Hakumen and put him at a disadvantage, that entire time you're doing that, now you have to worry about it. The entire time. It's not just reversal overdrive, but it's like you're like, oh, I think he's gonna do counter, so I'm gonna wait, and then he takes the opportunity to mix you up, and then he overdrive cancels his mix up and he kills you, and you're like, oh, I thought I was winning, and then I lost.
I don't know if you guys know about Unib, but if you remember change shift and people like doing instant overheads off change shift, and then like change shift, and then like, oh, it hit, like Hakumen's the same thing. He has the same exact setup. The same kind of thing. It's really funny. The good thing about CP is that it's kind of like we're laughing about it. It's kind of silly. Last version you couldn't really laugh about. It's actually Resident Sleeper. But this version we're like, haha, kappa kappa. Like it's fine, it's funny. The game needs a little, like people like Marvel. Like we need a little silliness and craziness.
Yeah.
A little bit.
A little bit.
A little bit.
The thing it sounds about it, like, I mean, there's obviously a lot of good characters, but you know, it sounds like rather than any sort of comeback mechanic, it's just like a really good utility that everybody has the utilization of. You know, like it sounds more like a supportive effect rather than something that's really gonna, you know, be like, oh, I'm losing, time to win. You know, I gotta push the win button and then go in. So that's really good. I like to hear that about them.
Yeah.
Another thing I want to talk about is you guys are talking about learning how to throw and how to open people up with it. But speaking of defense, they changed the guard system again in this game, where you can't guard crush someone unless you spend like a 25. Is it heat? Tension with this game?
Yeah. Heat. They took away the guard primer, which I was okay with. I didn't really like it, but I didn't really hate it either. And now it's just like you have your barrier gauge again, and if you have 25 meter, everyone has a move called crush trigger. It's AB. So when you do this move, they're around like 30 frames startup. Most of them are 30 frames. If you don't barrier guard it, it just breaks your guard right away. And it's a really good starter. It gives you enough time to do a really, really good combo starter. If you barrier guard it, which is the only way you can block it, barriers actually add an extra frame of block stun, so it extends pressure. It actually extends your pressure. So
that's really...
So it takes 1/3, either 1/2 or 1/3. I think 1/3. 1/3 of your barrier gauge.
Oh, that's really strong.
On block. Yeah. So it can really catch some people off guard. Some people have really good ones. Some people have kind of karate ones. It depends. It's an interesting system. Like I said, guard primers were okay.
Yeah. I like the idea of guard breaking people. It's just, you know, I don't know, I guess a lot of people couldn't really get a good handle on it, because I know for a lot of time during earlier days, like, you know, CT and shit, like, people were just like, how do I guard break people? You know, I've been wailing away on this guy.
Just play the game. Just play the game. Like, guard Libra is like, no, really, like, guard Libra is just attack them a lot, and then your guard breaks. Like, it's so straightforward. It's really straightforward. Like, if you make them block for a long time, you will break their guard. Like, that's it.
But just like in KOF, different characters have different amounts, right?
Yeah.
So Tao, the only reason Tao Kako is really bad in that game is because, like, you can do like
bust her shit hella easily.
Crouch jab, standing strong, and like her guard's broken. Like she could not take it. Like all the top tiers go like point at her and her guard's broken. Like what?
Yeah, even Ragna, if he did like 4D jump D, she blocked one of those, it was a good crush.
Like it's huge chunks. Like she was not supposed to block.
Yeah.
She was not supposed to block.
Yeah.
So do they? I was just going to say the way they work. Do they all you know guard crush on block, right? But do they do anything different upon just getting hit by it, or?
Well, when you get hit, you just combo anyway, and you can use it in the middle of combos to. It greatly benefits your combos when you use it in the middle of a combo. So there's so it gives people access to more damage and potentially a better knockdown for 25 meter in the middle of your combo. Because also they lowered meter gain across the board in CP. So like take Lychee. Lychee, anyone who's played BlazBlue, this character, her meter gain ability is ridiculous. Has always been ridiculous. In CS1, she had, no joke, 74 meter gain combos, and you have 100 meter, and she had combos that gave her 74 meter. And now the most you can get is like 33 if you get a really good starter. So instead of using distortion drives, the supers, to add damage like they did in CS, I guess CS overall, you can use CT for 25 meter, and you have more access to it. So I think it's pretty good for that.
Yeah. If you have a faster one, you can kind of use them almost like Dust and Guilty Gear. Actually, the response for the opponent, the response from your opponent is different because all I have to do is barrier guard. It's not like I have to guard switch or anything. But what's interesting is that the way most people play is that if they're holding barrier, then one of their buttons for throw tech is actually occupied. So if you're doing stuff like duck jab and they barrier, then you can just you can mix up between doing like chaining that into a a crush trigger or just dashing up and green throwing them, because it's actually harder for them to take their finger off and then break just a naked green throw like that.
No, they're gonna jump.
Yeah,
I'm out of there.
No,
I'm out.
You're not lying, man. You are not lying. Like, people, up back is like the best way to get out of mix-ups like that. You know, when you think that they're going to respect your offense, but they just hold up back, you know, or just jump. And if you do a crush trigger, then you're going to get hit in the face, you know, because they're just going to jump over it. But you can create some funky mix-ups like that if you use them like dusts. And you'll see people in like Japanese vids use them this way as well. You know, it's like, oh, this is the last trick up my sleeve, pop, and then I got you. Especially at the end of rounds, because crush triggers, when you guard break somebody with it, you can, like Steve was saying, get a good combo starter. But I actually think the guard break itself scales damage. So if you want to get a ton of damage, like round-ending damage, you need to make a huge comeback. You're going to have to spend a lot of extra resources in order to do that. We're talking like crush trigger with overdrive, with super, and not all characters are going to benefit the same way from it, you know? So, like, you know, Ragnar can get like over 5k pretty easily. Azrael can do the same thing. Hakumen will kill you, like, just straight up. You know, if he chooses to do it, you're dead. But like Steve said, it's a risk. They can just hold up and get out of it. But they're not bad for comeback mechanics. It's a neat little extra thing, extra layer of mix-up in the game, but it's not so common you got to worry about it all the time. So, they're fun.
You know, from what I've noticed from... Sorry to cut you off, Tony, but from what I've noticed from a lot of the Japanese footage I've been watching is that people going in the danger state when their barrier's emptied out all the way isn't that uncommon. Because
it depends. It depends on the character and the matchup, I would say. Like take a character like Valkenhayn. So Valkenhayn, I would say his defense, if you wanted to like give characters stats, like his defense is like a C. Like he doesn't have really good defensive options, but his mobility and his offense are like double S. Like you can't catch him. So they will just try to barrier guard, barrier instant block, and just try to jump out as much as they can. And they will gladly use all their barrier if that means they could jump. Because once they jump, they're out. Like same for like say Hazama too. Once they jump, they're out. Boom, I'm out of there. Whoosh, and then you got to catch them again.
Yep.
But then other characters, like you won't see Ragnar players just mashing on barrier and trying to hold up back. They have a DP. Like they can just DP you instead of jumping or do something else. Or someone with let's take if there's a character. Is there a character like this now with like a really good reversal that you can just do? I'm not sure off the top of my head. But if someone had a really good, really safe reversal, they would just mash on their reversal or even overdrive or something. It just depends on the type of character. So I don't think it's that common unless you take like not Hakumen, Tao versus Valk or something, because Tao Kaka's pressure, she just keeps going. Like she keeps attacking you, she keeps going at you. And Valk, of course, doesn't really have good defensive options, so you might see him trying to just use barrier and jump and run out of barrier.
Yeah, because the crush trigger, even if they do barrier guard it, most characters are either safe or at advantage, but it chunks like a fourth of their guard bar instantly, right?
Yep. I think it's a third actually. It might be
a
more.
third? Wow.
Yeah, it's a big chunk.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then if you have no barrier, then it's just a hit. It's just a free hit.
One thing I wanted to ask is a lot of people watch anime games, and the main thing they see is like really, really long combos that do all the damage. How would you prioritize learning combos in this game as opposed to learning fundamentals, since people in this day and age actually learn combos first before going into fundamentals?
Combos are very important. I would say, especially depending on your character selection, combos are really, really important. You need to do damage to win games. So you have to learn combos. Like you can't even associate that with fundamentals, really. Like, oh, should I learn combos or should I learn fundamentals? Like, you need to learn combos to do damage to people to win games. Like, that's part of the actual game flow. So I would say it's pretty important. The fundamentals you need to win in anime games kind of varies depending on the type of a game you're playing. So for this game, BlazBlue is really, really focused on the mid-screen neutral game. They really want matches to be kind of dynamic and people going back and forth at each other. They don't, or at least it always seems like Arxis doesn't really like it when a character can just put you in the corner, knock you down, and kill you. Like that's it.
Mhm.
And they usually try to weaken that as much as they can. I mean, just look at my character, Lychee, right? Like, and how much they change her every version, because that's her game plan. Like, put you in the corner, knock you down, and kill you, and that's it. So they really want to try to avoid that. So learning, I think, out of any, I guess, fundamental concept you really need, the concept of spacing is very, very, very important in BlazBlue, because most of the fighting is happening mid-screen. Your goal is to catch them mid-screen, try to hit them or get pressure on them, and then try to push them to the corner. Like, the corner is more of a reward in this version than previous versions, because it could be harder to get people there.
Mm-hmm. I feel like if they have no clue how to start learning the game at all, and they jump in and just start learning combos, they'll be able to. Okay, so it's a matter of which path do you want to pursue. I don't actually think one way is worse than another one. Like, some people will jump in and say, I want to see what moves I can hit with and take beatings first, and then figure out what my best combos are off of those things. Because then they learn to use the tools to their best ability first, and then combos come after. But some people, maybe they don't have a lot of comp, or, they just want to grind out training mode. And this, I think, is for most people. This applies to most people. Will just jump right into training mode and learn combos. That way, if they do hit someone, then they've already got it all figured out. They'll just do their combo. And in a lot of ways, this actually kind of makes footage of anime games look dumb sometimes, because that's where you get this guy was losing, or this guy had a bunch of bad play, and then suddenly he hits with this one thing and does this combo, but he had the combo memorized, but he was good to go because he got one opportunity, But some people prioritize one thing over the other. Okay, you've got some games where you've got day one footage. It looks like day one footage for somebody because it pretty much is, because they just picked the game up. But they're sitting there, they can't finish combos. Say their whiff punishing is really sick, right? Because they have a really good sense of spacing already, or they're baiting anti-airs out like crazy. Like, they're just in the other person's head. Their spacing is better, and they're just they're always one step ahead of their opponent, but they can't finish combos with shit, so they lose, right? Some people will take that path versus the other one. Personally, I would rather take the first path, where you learn all the tools you're using and then learn combos afterwards. Because otherwise it gets too easy to go into an autopilot mentality where you're in a panic, and you're like, oh, I gotta mash on my combo starter, and maybe I'll get hooked up and I'll win off of it. But oh wait, that was a bad idea because I wasn't really playing off of what my opponent was doing. I was just nervous, and those are the type of things I like to avoid. So yeah, I don't think either path is necessarily bad. It's just what is best for you as a player. Yeah.
Well,
Oh, man.
I say fundamentals.
Fundamentals.
Aaron, coming from Guilty Gear, we all know the stuff that used to get tossed around about BlazBlue, and basically how everybody called it a really dumbed down version of Guilty Gear, and how the community basically spent at least a couple years crapping on the game.
Uh-huh.
I know that for you, that's changed, and you're much more welcoming to the game now. What changed for you? What did you see in BlazBlue that made you give it another shot?
It was continuing to play the game because I like to do combos, or actually just because I thought Ragnar was cool. So I actually ended up learning the game almost completely by accident, because they kept adding things that I thought were neat. So they kept my interest, they were stringing me along, right? The thing is, though, I would come across solutions to my problems that I had with the game. Like, I learned how the throw system worked, and I'm like, oh my god, I can throw everyone now. This is awesome. I was the problem. The game was not the problem. Okay? And when people throw accusations about a game out, who like hate on other games for whatever reason, it's important that they understand the game they're hating on first before they actually go bashing it. Because you might actually be hating on something you may like, but you don't understand it yet. So, for me, it was just learning everything about the game. Like, how, okay, let's say the way anti-airs work in BlazBlue, right? Some people don't like this because, and I'll explain this a little bit. In BlazBlue, you have moves that are like say, it'll take Ragnus forward A, right? When he does this move, he now has invincibility to all attacks with the head attribute. As it turns out, every move in the game that's jumping has head attribute. There might be some exceptions because Arc Systems does that, right? But as a general rule, all moves, all jumping attacks have head body or head attribute. So when he does this, it doesn't matter what part of the body you're hitting him in. It doesn't matter if your move is out first. It doesn't matter at all. You're getting counter hit because he is invincible to your attack. This is a lot like how Crush works in Tekken, where lows will beat highs and mids will beat lows and highs will beat mids, right? But if you, it's kind of like rock paper scissors, right?
Right.
So in BlazBlue, you get a lot of things like, I'll use Ragna again because he's so basic. It's because like the only character I know. So he like,
well done.
Let's say you jump in, right? Or a character with really slow anti-air, and but it's really good, right? It's gonna beat everything. So that now you're in a basic situation where, say you didn't anticipate your opponent being above your head right then, but you reacted, and now you're in a situation where you need to anti-air them. So you got a few options. But the thing you're probably going to fall back on is just forward A, anti-air, right? Yeah. And suddenly, at the last second, they double jump. So you're like, crap, I whiffed. And then you get hit in the face, and then they get a big combo. Or you hesitate because you think they're going to double jump. So you think they're going to double jump so that you can delay your anti-air and hit them as they're falling when they have no more jump options left. But what happens instead is they just fall straight down on your head, and you didn't push a button, and you block a move, and now they're inside doing whatever they want to you. So you end up like, some people call this stupid because it simplifies the basic anti-air game down, whereas you take a game like Guilty Gear, and you have a character like, say, I'll use the Slayer-Milia matchup. Slayer has a jumping hard slash that she cannot anti-air with the game's designated anti-air button forward punch, right?
Right.
In that game, it's all hitboxes. It's all like above the knees invincibility, and above the knees is ambiguous. It depends. It's completely based on which character you are, right? Slayer, his hittable box, his hurt box is above the hit box for his jumping hard slash. So it doesn't matter when she pushes forward punch, she's going to get hit in the face, right? It doesn't matter. So you have to resort to things like doing low profile moves, like her roll is low profile, so you roll under it and throw it, or you dash just enough underneath it and you do close slash that hits like way above her head in the back but has no conventional invincibility. So what happens is you get, also the fact that like in Guilty Gear, air throws are 0 frame startup, so everyone has the option of, he's a micrometer above the ground, I can jump and air throw him.
Yeah.
Right? It's always an option that doesn't exist in BlazBlue just because of the way air throw startup works. Some people, again, would say this is dumb because anti-air situations are not necessarily as dynamic as they are in Guilty Gear. But
I don't agree with that, but it's okay.
Okay, see, this is me like showing my noobness here. So if you want to elaborate on that, go for it. Okay?
No, go ahead.
My point is, people who don't understand that will just call the game out as being dumb. Like, that's simple. He's got a move that just beats everything, and for anti-air, that's dumb, right? Why isn't it like this other game? And it's like, you don't understand it yet, okay? And just like I said, you kind of proven my point for me by saying you don't agree with that. Just means that there's still stuff I'm learning about the game, and it kind of proves my own point that I'm trying to understand stuff that I'm still trying to understand the game, so I would enjoy it even more once you bring that level of understanding up. So, yeah, it's stuff like that. Paul. But elaborate, Steve, on what you were gonna say.
My understanding of why people didn't really like BlazBlue was because it was a dumbed down Guilty Gear, but also there was just random silly things that don't make sense, like anti-airs. Like you were talking about anti-airs right now, right? You're using Ragnar as an example, and you didn't say what actually happens. So like what actually happens is like someone tries to jump in and Ragnar hits. A lot of characters have a standing A like Ragnar's, like they just stick their arm out like right in front of their face, and that will hit you. But then they double jump, and you're like, okay, well my standing A whiffed, so now I'm gonna do 6A, and it beats all your moves, and too bad, so sad. And then you get hit anyway. You get hit anyway.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
People didn't like stuff like that, or like Jin. Oh, in CT when we discovered crouching jab anti-airs with Jin, because Jin is like crouching and like pretend it's Ragnar's standing A that's sticking out, and then make him crouch, make him stick his hand out, and then like make it go up like a foot, and that's his crouching A. So the hitboxes, because of the attribute system, some of the hitboxes, and it's really weird, like he would just go under the hitboxes and then hit them.
Right.
It would just hit them, and you're like, why am I getting hit by crouching anti-air? So then you'd have something like a character tries to do crouching A anti-air, and you with them, they both whiff, but then because you landed and you have a little bit of ground recovery, and he just did a crouching A, well, he's just gonna hit crouching A again, and then you're blocking. You're like, why am I blocking? This is stupid.
Right. Yeah. See, that's those types of situations are the kind of like the dynamics of it goes on in other games too.
Yeah.
But people just aren't aware of it because they dismiss stuff just completely outright. They just completely dismiss it offhandedly, and they don't take the time to understand it when in reality there could be something that they really enjoy.
Like talking about like throws earlier, the huge discussion on Dust Loop back in the day was whether you could break throws on reaction, and we were just like, no, you cannot break throws on reaction. And so many people could swear that they could break throws on reaction. Could swear like they would like swear on their grandmother's grave that they could break a throw on reaction.
I love players like
me
that.
too. Yeah. Like a
like,
month before that came up, like Lychee's Jump 2D used to be an instant overhead. It was like a dive with the stick. But when I was doing it at EVO 2010, all the Cali players I was playing were throwing when I was doing it. I'm like, why are they throwing? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, what are they doing? And then I put 2 and 2 together because no one was using option select throw anymore, and I was like, oh my god, I just found a 6K throw punish because everyone thinks they could throw on reaction. Right. And just get like free hit. just get free hit. I know it exists somewhere on Dust Loop. There are quotes from Dasibro, the guy himself.
Best playing in the world.
He swears he could break throws on reaction, and I'm just like, nah, son, you can't.
It's a throw buffet, dude. And he's gonna eat all of them.
He grew up though.
Yeah, he did.
But everyone who was in that thread grew up. But it still creeps up once in a while. Like, dude, I could totally just break throws on reaction. And we're just like, no. Now everyone understands throws a lot better. Excuse me. So stuff like that doesn't happen very much, but it still occurs. Actually, another good throw story, and also the story I almost told you about before.
Oh,
about
yeah.
The player who cannot lose ever. Ever. So first, I need to explain him first real quick. So this guy's name is Akira Shiro. I'm calling you out. Akira Shiro. You cannot beat him. You will never beat him. Even when you win, you will not beat him. Why can't you beat him? How many characters are in BlazBlue CP? Like 26, right? So he plays all the characters. And random select counts as a character too. So first you have to beat all the characters. Then you have to beat all the characters on random select. So you actually have to beat all of his 26 characters again on random select. And then if you do that, you have to beat each color also. And there's like 24 colors. And then you have to do it again on random select. So you actually have to beat him almost 1,000 times to actually.
You have to beat
Make
this
him
dude's whole
say-
dojo. is
Who's
what
this
you're trying to
fucking
tell me.
goober, man? Like, is
He
this
sounds
shit
like he's
tells
related
you?
to King Juggalo.
No,
That
nobody.
is
No,
what it
King
takes to beat
Juggalo
him.
would never be so scummy.
You cannot beat him, and he's a little scummy too. Like he won't pick random. Like he'll pick your character. He's like, man, I'm nice with your character, and you beat him. Like, well, I'm just gonna pick him again, but the same color. So I won't even give you the chance.
What?
I'm taking your color, dog.
I won't give you the chance.
Oh,
So
that play warriors are the best.
Wait, so,
So
he
when
actually
I
tells you
played
this
him-
shit.
no, it's just I money matched him. We did an FT7, and I beat him 7-1, and he's like, but you didn't beat me though. I'm like, dude, you just gave me $10. Like I just fucking beat you.
What the fuck?
And he's like, no, but you didn't beat me though. And I'm like, oh, my friend actually was like, oh, do we have to beat all the colors too? And he just like walked away, and we set the ground rules. Like you cannot beat him. he's the best player in the country because you can't beat him. You can't beat him.
My soul
Now,
still
hey, man,
burns.
some people are just untouchable, you know. Some
He
people
doesn't
are just
enter
on another
tournaments.
level.
He doesn't enter tournaments because he would win them all by default. Because you
Yeah.
can't beat him. You just can't beat him.
He's too godlike.
You can't beat him.
Fucking Pokemon Master, dude.
Especially
never dies.
especially if you don't green throw him, because he green throws are not fair online. Even though like the throw system, right? So like it was explained before.
Mhm.
So he's like, normally I could break throws on reaction. So you don't actually beat me if you green throw me. Like it's not fair. I'm just like, what? What? So you can't. You also have to beat him without throwing him, too. There's that. So
Damn, Street Fighter 2 at 7-Eleven?
Seriously,
Is that
dude.
what this is?
if you
This
can do
reminds
that,
me.
So many damn
if you
That's
can
like-
do that, you could beat him.
God, that's like Dark Resurrection online. You got anybody remember that?
Oh my, can we not talk about Dark Resurrection on
It's like you weren't. People just had an agreement, like you weren't allowed to throw. But as soon as someone did, then the floodgates were open, and it's like, okay, we're now throwing all the time, and I'm going to mix it up with 30 frame lows at launch. And it's going to hit them.
You just can't block them both.
Yeah. It's online, baby. You started it. I want you to do a chat in
Started
a minute, but you started it.
Wait, actually, I have a quick question.
Mm.
So just to go back to the throw debate, how fast are throws in BlazBlue?
They're generally 13 frames.
13 frame startup. And how big is the active window to break?
About
that's-
the same.
Yeah, that's
There's two types of throws actually. There's the green throw, which is 13, and there are purple throws, which are 26, and you can get thrown in block stun and hit stun.
Mhm.
They're obviously really really easy to break once you see it a few times, but the purple throw gives, let's say, the standard throw mix up. Like you can tell someone's pretty good at BlazBlue if they do like take a situation that Aaron was talking about earlier. So like a crouching jab, dash green throw. So like a decent-ish BlazBlue player would do crouching jab, dash, crouching jab, throw. And then if you were looking for that crouching jab throw and you teched late, you would block the jab and then get thrown in block stun, and it's a guaranteed throw because you threw too early.
Okay.
Did that in CT. That makes me
All right,
feel good
so-
about myself.
Well, actually, there's a slight correction. Throws are 7 frame startup.
Whatever.
It's in there.
It's not-
The point I wanted to make is, so 7 frame startup in about a 13 break window.
Yeah.
I can do it every time. On reaction.
No,
But I will say this though, I am in fact a robot.
I suggest that we get a next time I see you, Sanchez, we get a little wager going on here.
Okay.
I bet you 50 that I will throw you more than you can break. We'll decide on
no,
the actual.
I will
Oh,
take
come on. That's probably stupid.
No, here's the thing is that
It's got to be a set
one of
number.
the first discussions I had with Aaron was the ability, or whether or not it existed, the ability to react to 14 frame overheads.
No.
Okay, well we know Lord Knight's position on this.
What? Why is that even a question?
Well, here's
What
the thing: is
kind of
that
question is that?
well, the discussion evolved into if it is raw reaction or if it is a combination of both anticipation and physical reaction.
You're anticipating that. Like that's not even a question.
But here's
Like
the thing.
18 frames is the line. That's the line.
Well, here's the point I made to Aaron is that I will concede that it is part anticipation, but you have to wonder if you are just so training so much in this like 10 times gravity of 14 frame overheads that you actually learn to do it to some degree.
There's no gravity. You can't see it.
Here's the real
no
question I've got for you, okay? I had a buddy who told me he could see the difference between Melina's back 3 roll or up 4 mix-up in Mortal Kombat 9, and he blocked every up 4 I did. He got hit by every single back 3 roll that I did. And he's like, I can see it. I'm like, you sure can, buddy. You sure can. So the point I'm making isn't that, oh yeah, can you react to that one thing in a situation where you know it's coming? Can you also defend against everything else? Like when we do this, I expect you to block every 24 frame overhead I do to you too.
Oh, I
Because
will
if
do
you're
it.
just sitting there looking for throw rejects and I hit you with an overhead, that's a lose.
Oh no, I'm perfectly fine with this. Like that. This
Okay.
is.
All right.
I am so down.
No,
you
like-
have no
like-
idea.
No, wait. Who thinks they can react to really fast overheads? Who was that? I didn't see who
That was
said that.
Sanchez. I can do it.
Alexander
Sanchez?
Sanchez.
Let me. If you can block my Mitsuru's mix-up in Persona, then you can actually block instant overheads and lows.
Yeah.
But you can't. The point is you can't.
Oh, I can't.
Oh.
Damn, not even.
The point is you can't.
You have the will of the warrior.
The point is you really can't.
Here's the thing I want to make. I will bet that Sanchez will lose this bet because
You
he
can't.
told me he can block these 14 frame overheads. He got hit by every single 25 frame overhead I did to him, Mark of the Wolves.
No, I told you
He's
it
ass.
needs exactly 24. No more, no less. Also, you just fell into my trap, Steve. You have
Oh,
to hit like
man.
those overheads with every color Mitsuru
Like-
and every
like-
color Mayaki.
Like when
I like
when
Sanchez.
people make
If-
that bet, like, oh, I can react to, like, when people talk about instant overheads and like, oh well, this instant overhead is 7 frames. It doesn't matter. You're not blocking it. Like, what? Why are you even talking about the number? The number is too fast. That's what the number is. It's actually a
The only
word.
number you need
But
is
it's
2 for
too
too
fast.
fast.
Too fast.
fast for
Like
you.
you are guessing.
I can react to every throw and every overhead. After I get hit by it, I will just yell out bullshit at the top of my lungs. I will react 100% of the time.
Yeah, see, you know the secret. You know the secret to good defense, man. You know the secret.
It's just-
Oh, yell bullshit to drop the combo.
Yeah, and then if people don't know this, like his reactions are so good that if the overhead is ever the killing blow, he immediately looks down at his stick and moves it from down back to back, just to show you that I was trying to do it, man.
And he did it, yeah.
I was doing stuff, man. Look at my hands retroactively.
Oh man.
Man.
It's the
Fucking
truth.
shit.
It's the truth.
But
I'll take that bet. Like
You
I
got
want
this,
Aaron. I will fly you out somehow. I will.
Dude, I'm listening.
Well, fly you out.
I will
and
hide
take
you
your
in a
money.
crate.
As far as I'm concerned, you're like looking up at the mouth of the huge Titan in Shingeki no Kyojin, and you're just like, bring it on. I'm like, if I could choose someone to be on like my zombie team at the end of the world, yeah, you'd be on it, man. Easy,
Oh yeah,
no
I'm
contest.
I'm an idiot. I'm as brave as I am stupid.
Oh man,
shit. Well,
yeah.
all right. I guess we're probably going to wrap things up. Is there any kind of sources that you guys would recommend for people who are trying to get into BlazBlue, places they could go get not just information on the game, but if words are too hard, videos, things like that?
Jordal's YouTube account is really good. He gets gets a lot of good Japanese footage that most people probably wouldn't see otherwise, and also American tournaments too, like big tournaments. Dustloop, the wiki on Dustloop is actually a really good starting point for just game system mechanics in general. I stream BlazBlue like every Tuesday and Thursday, so you'll see me like do train mode, talk about something. Like you might catch some random really advanced stuff that I'm trying to figure out.
Where is that?
My stream is twitch.tv/Lord Knight. Jordal's channel is youtube.com/Jordal2012. And Jordal has a lot of combo videos too, and right now since console came out, a lot of beginner combo tutorials are coming out for a ton of characters, so it's really helpful. Especially for, I know Terumi is really popular, so there's one for Terumi already. I think there's 2 for him. I don't know why people like him. They're fucking emo.
Dude, I played a wizard character.
He's a wizard.
I'm trying to think. Anything else good? If you can read Japanese, you can go on the Japanese BBS. It's pretty hit or miss, but you might find something really good.
Read what? What did you say? Read Japan. What is that?
Oh, no, never mind. That's the secret text.
Oh,
The secret text.
okay, that's cool. That's cool. Basically, I mean, Steve's gonna have better information on this than I will, but yeah, like do what he said. I'm gonna stream the game myself, and it'll give you more like an intermediate perspective on the game, I guess. Especially as I try to break down new characters, because I really like this game a lot, and I'm gonna be playing it. And my Twitch channel is Hinjaku, aka. And yes, I know it means weak, but I don't care. That's the point. That's the point.
How do you spell that?
Yeah, that's OD.
Yeah, HINJAKU.
Okay.
AKA.
Cool.
All one word.
So,
yeah.
Anything else you guys would like to say?
Oh, I'm just gonna say this again. Yume won God's Garden, so fuck everyone. Like for real. Like, come on. How are you gonna say I can't block? How you can't block? Like, if Sanchez can block Yume's mix up, then I'll give him $5,000. but he can't. But he can't. That's a good safe bet. That's a real safe bet. That's a pretty safe bet.
Hey, dude, it's better to be lucky than good, man. Like, if I just luck out on the match and be like, see, it was easy, guys. I'm a robot.
Dude, I can do this all the time, man. Like, come on.
I retired, by the way.
It's not just like they just put MVC2 Magneto in the game for like 10 seconds that you have to deal with in 10-second boosts. Like, it doesn't belong. It doesn't belong. Anyway, Sanchez, you're not blocking it. That's a real.
And do you think either of you will be making it out to any tournaments this year if they have BlazBlue?
I'm going to NEC. NEC is a real big one. It's going to be good. It's 3-on-3 teams. I mean, the normal places should have it. I know Jabali wants to have like a Anime Evo.
Yeah, he's been talking about that, but I don't think he's hammered out a date or anything yet.
Yeah. And maybe, hopefully, Evo will have it. It's like hit or miss.
Nah, it'll be there either way.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Watch Team Stick Bug.
Yeah, there's that. I'm gonna be at Frosty Faustings. I've never been able to make NEC, and lately between Bozak's tournament and NEC, they're like 2 weeks apart, and I'm not rich, so I can't go to both of them. And Chicago's like a 6-hour drive from here, so it's an easy choice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll be at Frosty Faustings, and I'm actually going to be focusing on playing BlazBlue. Hopefully we get more than like 8 people to play.
That would be
nice. Yeah. That would be something.
And then,
otherwise,
just end of January, end of January, SCR, I think?
End of February.
End of February.
Really?
Yeah.
That might happen.
That's the Persona Beach episode, because Persona's over almost. So if you still like Persona, there's that.
Yeah.
Oh, the bikini episode?
I'll probably try to make it out to that.
Yep.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. Otherwise, I just want to tell people to play BlazBlue. It's a really good game. It's a lot of fun. And if you had reservations about it before, be a little more open-minded. Maybe don't ride your ego if you think you should be awesome at it, but you're not. Maybe you should just try to learn a little bit.
What?
But Aaron, I'm top 5 on Event Hub's Marvel list.
Don't go with ups.
I've always been confused about like random FG hate, like especially like in US too. Like people are just like Street Fighter, Marvel, like that's it. But then when you see players like the really strong Japanese players, right? Like Kazunoko. Yeah, Kazunoko plays Guilty Gear, Persona, BlazBlue, Marvel, Street Fighter. Or the guy who won Persona, Yume. You know what that guy's first game was? CVS 2.
Yeah.
CVS 2 was his first game, and he's played like all sorts of games. It's like it. Once in a while, I'm just like, I wonder if people just like Street Fighter and Marvel, and like they don't like fighting games, just like Street Fighter and Marvel. So let's try to learn more about fighting games in general. Like there's so many stupid / good games. This is a better game than most of the crappy games are out there.
Jeez.
Not hating.
Whoa, okay.
Everyone has their opinion. That's fine.
Silly. Let's do silly. This is more stable and solid than a lot of the silly Cartoon Network-ish kind of games.
That entry level, slovenly garbage that they just I don't know.
that might exist. So just keep an open heart. Like I play Street Fighter now. Like keep an open mind. And anime players say on me when I play Street Fighter. Like, what are you doing? But I'm playing a game I kind of enjoy. That's all.
Like, I got tired of clowning you guys, so I'm playing Street Fighter now.
Yeah, just tell him that.
Well,
Man.
Thanks a lot,
There was
guys,
actually
for coming on.
Thank you for having me and him.
Yeah.
Us. Having us. Thank you for having us.
Alex, you were say something.
Yeah, there's actually something really important. I was going to read this a little earlier on, but it just has to be said. This is from the Chess 2 Rulebook 2013 edition. Dueling allows you to spend a new resource called stones that threaten to destroy a piece that takes one of your pieces. To try to trick the opponent into wasting his stones, because if he runs out first, you automatically win any further duels. He added gems, basically.
The fuck?
Ooh,
Wow.
masterful.
Tony, what do you think of your Lord and Savior now?
David Serlin is still the low strong we need and deserve.
Okay, all right. So Tony,
David Sterling saved my life last week because I played Alpha 2 for the first time, and the first thing I did was walk to a corner and just do low strong, and I won.
Yeah, but you don't know his special low strong rhythm that he will never release even to this day.
There's no rhythm. You just do it. Like what?
No,
what's-
you don't understand. He pushed it in a special interval that only he knew and is not released anywhere. And that's what got him his
frequency that
I
Must
will
be
never miss
disabled
an
by-
opportunity to use an old joke, but David Serlin is the Willy Wonka of Alpha 2. Yeah.
What does that even mean?
Oh, he won't release his secret recipe of how the rhythm for low strong. He's the
He
gatekeeper.
will.
Yeah.
He will for $74.99 and 3 games.
Oh, so that's how much the golden ticket costs. It's
Exactly.
$74.99.
Yeah.
Okay.
$74.99.
it comes with a free
There is
edition of
access.
Fighting Game Mastery.
At the same time, I'm just gonna say this. This is just my opinion, but I actually do like Yomi, so I'm just gonna say it. I'm gonna throw that out there.
And on that
And
note,
you know what? I'm gonna throw it right back. All right, I would like to thank our guests, Steve and Aaron. Follow them on Twitter, Lord Knight BB and AKA_GGXX. Anybody else in the SDR cast got anything to say before we sign off?
I think
I can't look at
next
Arturo.
We're next week we're going to cover this past weekend, Schooling the KOF event.
Sorry, repeat, Gibby, in case people didn't hear.
Next week we're going to cover this past weekend's Dueling the KOF event from Japan because we decided to skip it this week to focus on the Blaze Blue show.
All right.
A lot of stuff happened.
Yeah. Anybody else got anything?
oh, actually, yeah, that was actually one other thing. The rook has now become the elephant, can only move up to 3 squares orthogonally.
I hate you right now. Really hate you. Right?
That could have been real though.
I think he actually read that straight
I'm
out.
gonna
That's real.
find this Dasabro quote for Hanzo. That's what I'm doing
Please do,
right now.
please do.
Actually, it's somewhere. It's somewhere.
Oh,
I will
shit.
All
find
right.
it.
Well, for everybody here at Super Desperation Radio, my name is Super FX, and good night and good luck.